The last and only time Uruguay and Ghana met, it was an instant classic. Uruguay's Luis Suarez also became public enemy number 1 in Ghana with his unsportsmanlike handball. It seems fitting now that Ghana, who lost that match in PKs, can knock out Suarez on what could be his last ever World Cup match. Ghana hold a 2-point lead over Uruguay in the standings and could likely advance with a draw. Meanwhile, La Celeste absolutely need to win this Ghana vs Uruguay head-to-head matchup to have a chance to advance. Let's check out the latest odds, news and stats for an electric group stage finale. The Ghana vs Uruguay head-to-head history is very short as they've only met once previously. In that 2010 World Cup quarter-finals match, Sully Muntari hit an incredible long-range strike from 40 yards out to put Ghana ahead. Golden Ball winner Diego Forlan scored on a second-half free kick to level the score at 1. Both soccer teams had chances in a back-and-forth match that went into extra time. In the dying embers of the match, Luis Suarez handballed a Ghana header off of his own goal line that would have made Ghana the first African team to reach the semi-finals. Asamoah Gyan missed the resulting penalty and Ghana went on to lose in the shootout. Suarez went on to say, "I made the save of the tournament." Ghana made history with their 3-2 win over South Korea in their second match. It was the first time ever the Black Stars scored 3 goals in a World Cup match and their first World Cup win since 2010. Mohamed Kudus led the way with 2 goals and he's looked like Ghana's most dangerous player at the tournament. Kudus isn't short on confidence either. He recently said, "He's, Neymar, not better than me. He's just a higher profile player, that's all." Along with Kudus, Jordan Ayew was a standout. The Crystal Palace forward made the most of his return to the starting lineup with 2 first-half assists on delicious deliveries. With 5 goals in 2 matches, Ghana are one of just 4 teams with at least 2 goals in their opening 2 games. In fact, Ghana have scored in their last 7 World Cup matches and conceded in their last 9, which includes the last Ghana vs Uruguay matchup. Overs have been hitting left and right in Ghana's World Cup matches. At least 3 goals have been scored in the last 5 Black Stars World Cup games. It remains to be seen whether that'll be the case versus a Uruguay side that hasn't scored yet at the tournament. In any case, Otto's Ghana have impressed as the lowest-ranked team in the entire tournament. Their last-ditch effort defending versus South Korea was inspiring and willed them to victory. The Black Stars currently sit at shorter odds to make the knockout stage than Uruguay and it'd be a significant achievement. Diego Alonso's Uruguay are at serious risk of missing out on the knockout stage for the first time in the last 4 World Cups. They had a couple of great chances versus Portugal on Monday but couldn't seem to find the back of the net. Rodrigo Bentancur danced past a handful of Brazilian defenders in the first half but his low shot was saved by Diogo Costa. Second-half substitute Luis Suarez also missed at point-blank range. Through 2 matches, Uruguay have failed to find the back of the net. Liverpool's Darwin Núñez has looked active but has been playing on the wing instead of in the number 9 role. Strikers Edinson Cavani and Luis Suarez are both aging and playing in what's almost certainly their last World Cup. With just 1 point, Uruguay sit in last place in the Group H 2022 FIFA World Cup standings. They can't finish ahead of Portugal, who are on 6 points. So, Uruguay can only win this match and hope that South Korea don't defeat Portugal to advance. Uruguayan substitutes Facundo Pellistri and Georgian de Arrascaeta added a burst of energy and quality to the side. It'll be interesting to see if they play a bigger role here. Regardless, La Celeste are in must-win mode and on their first 2-game winless streak for over a year. Ghana and Uruguay face off on Friday in the hope of sealing a spot in the knockout stages of the World Cup. Portugal have already qualified from Group H but both of these sides have the chance to join them. A victory would guarantee a spot in the next round for Ghana, while a draw would be enough if Portugal avoid defeat against South Korea. As for Uruguay, they need a victory of their own to advance, but South Korea need to drop points as well. Ghana team news left-back Gideon Mensah was forced off late on in the victory over South Korea but later confirmed he was just dealing with cramp, suggesting he should be fit enough to feature once again. Uruguay team news: we're still yet to see centre-back Ronald Araujo and we might not see him at all after the Barcelona man suffered a relapse to the injury which nearly ruled him out of the competition in the first place. Araujo isn't expected back until the knockout stages, but given Uruguay's struggles so far, he might not get the chance to return. Ghana and Uruguay face off on Friday in the hope of sealing a spot in the knockout stages of the World Cup. Portugal have already qualified from Group H but both of these sides have the chance to join them. A victory would guarantee a spot in the next round for Ghana, while a draw would be enough if Portugal avoid defeat against South Korea. As for Uruguay, they need a victory of their own to advance, but South Korea need to drop points as well.